Hello, YouTube. I'm Leslie. I am back for part two of the first with the video that I made. The first one was about scammers online, primarily my experience with Christian Mingle. I never planned on making another video. I wasn't looking for a following or anything like that. But because of so many people looking at these videos and leaving responses, I thought maybe it's time that I make a second video. I've actually learned some things since then. And I'm going to share a list of things that I've observed that might be of help to you in avoiding scammers. I'm also going to show you a conversation thread that I had recently just had with a scammer on Facebook. I suspected he was a scammer right away, and I wanted to see how it would go. I wanted to copy the conversation. I was going to use it as an example. So if you're wondering why I was talking to him, it's because I wanted to make an example of him. For those of you who don't know, or just need a reminder, I'm going to tell you briefly how I ended up on a dating site. It was probably about 5 years ago. I had a boyfriend and things started out great, but then they didn't. And we did end up breaking up. And I was very hurt. I was sad. And I just thought, I'm going to go on a dating site just so I can meet somebody, talk to somebody, and get my mind off of this guy. Many people might think that's risky, but actually, what I didn't say the last time is that I met my last husband on Match.com, but I did it differently. I was only dating local guys. I actually only went out with a couple, but they were in my hometown, and we met in person for coffee, and then we went out for dinner, and we became a regular dating couple, but we had used Match.com to meet, and we were both in the same hometown. We had a lot in common, and actually after a year we were married. That went really well, better than my marriage. It didn't really last for very long. After a few years we divorced. And that's when I met the boyfriend. But I thought it worked the first time. Maybe I'll go online again just to get my mind off of him. And I have a friend who has been very successful with dating women online, and he's expanded his parameters to meeting women in other states. And they would take turns flying to see each other. And he said to me, "Why don't you expand your parameters, Leslie? And you're not having any luck here locally. You might have to travel, but hey, might be worth it." So I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. And that's when the problem started. Apparently, you know, Christian Mingle isn't what it was cracked up to be. We all know that now. It really should be called Scammer's Hellhole. And I fell in a hole with the scammer who said he was a soldier from overseas, because that is the thing, finding somebody who's so busy, they have all these excuses why they can't interact with you. I did. I fell for his sweet whispers and promises for a few weeks. And he never asked me for anything. It seemed fine. I didn't feel threatened or anything alarming. I realized he was overseas, right? But my sister was very concerned for me, and she came over in person to tell me, "You're in danger." My friend, she had a very good friend whose sister met a soldier overseas, and she lost thousands of dollars. I'm like, how does that even happen? I don't get it. I wasn't able to connect the dots because I was really naive about this whole process. And she said, "You really need to cut it off." And I'm like, but he's so nice, right? He's so nice. Uh, Anyhow, soon after that visit with my sister, the soldier all of a sudden had this big accident, was put in the hospital, and that's when he contacted me saying he needed help and asked if I could send a care package. I couldn't believe what was unraveling in front of my eyes. So I'm playing along and I'm saying, all right, well, what do you need a care package that the military can't provide you? So he lists off some things. And of course, he had to say a few $100s in cash because the military was short on supplies. And I'm like, hey, buddy, the gig's up. Get lost, loser. I didn't lose any money, just my dignity for that month. But I was mad. And I decided I'm going to get even with these guys. And I went on Facebook Live and told my story. And yeah, a few friends saw it. I didn't think anything of it. Then I posted it on YouTube. I didn't even have a YouTube channel. I didn't have a following. It felt good talking into the wind, and I posted it there and forgot about it. And then I went back and checked, and I'm like, oh my God, there's 1,000 views. I've never gotten 1,000 views on anything I've done in Facebook. I'm like, 1,000 people can relate to my pain? Next thing I knew, 15,000 views. And someone told me that my picture was being used for catfishing. I'm like, what is that? Cat what? I didn't know what it was. 20,000 views. Then 25,000 views. And people were leaving messages. And I'm like, I'm trying to share some words of comfort, like I'm Dear Abby or something. Now, some of you may not be old enough to know who Dear Abby is, but I was trying to share some words of comfort. 30,000 views. Someone asked me, why aren't you making more videos? What? I had no intention of making more videos. I wasn't looking for a following. I was just crying in the wind that day and posted something. Then 40,000 views. And I realize I'm hearing not only from women, but from men saying this is happening to men just as much. 50,000 views. And I actually heard from two friends, two of my personal friends, who each moved to a different state, told me I was scammed too. And one of them said she knew that picture. She recognized him. That was the same guy that she had gotten scammed by, was the same one that I got scammed by. Now that one really hurt. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was such a fool. 60,000 views. My stomach was aching. I just was so upset that so many people were viewing this, leaving anonymous messages that they too were scammed, and still sounding scarred. 70,000 views of my little video. People hurting, just wanting to commiserate with somebody else to hear their pain and sad stories. But when it got over 70,000 views, I thought, I've learned a few things. Maybe I should make another video and see if I could be of help. I found out what catfishing is. Catfishing is when they steal someone's photo and use it to lure other people to them so they can, ask for money and scam them. Now, the soldiers are the heaviest hit people by these scammers. They're such easy targets and they're gone all the time, and they're stealing the soldiers' videos to use it to scam other people. I had a couple soldiers comment saying, why do you hate soldiers? We haven't done anything. And I'm like, I agree. Soldiers are terrific. They haven't done anything wrong. The scammers who are using their soldier photos in their uniform are making our soldiers look bad. That's a big difference. I have nothing against the soldiers. So I'm making this second video to see if I can be of help. And, you can search online, scammers, catfishing, because scamming people is big business. And they don't feel, the scammers who are overseas, and many of them have been known to be from Nigeria, but they're everywhere. And there's been photos of these guys sitting in one little room on the floor with their laptops, busy scamming the world. And they love to target the United States because they think we all have so much money that we can afford to pay them. so they don't feel bad about lying. In fact, they say it's not personal. It's just business. Get over it, right? It's just business for them. But let me tell you something. Your sister, your mom, your daughter, your grandma, the men in your family, all the single people you know are targets, are potential victims. We need to check up on them. We need to say, how you doing? How's it going? There's so many lonely people in the world that we welcome a nice hello, even if it's from a foreigner overseas waiting to cash in on us. I'm telling you, that's why I am sharing my story, and you need to share this story of mine and others who have been scammed, because when we talk about it, we will save our loved ones from being scammed online. I think we should not embarrass anybody for making a mistake. I made a mistake too, okay? But we need to love our people enough to help them get through it. I did want to say one more thing, that I am not on online dating. So if you see my picture, it's not me. I can't, because they have targeted me ever since I made that first video, no matter what side I'm on. There's a scammer waiting to try to scam me. And they're probably trying to destroy me because I'm speaking out against them, but it's not working. The only thing they're doing is sharpening the pencil. And I am speaking out. I think that together we can put these reptilian degenerates out of business once and for all. I need you to join me to speak up and share the truth about the hazards of online dating. Now, with that being said, I am going to share my screen, and I want to share with you that feed that I was telling you about. First, I'm going to show you this one. Now, this is really something. I don't know why that's there. This paragraph, I'm going to read you this paragraph. I've been online a lot. I've been promoting my vitamins and minerals and meeting people online. And as I go to different people's websites, this paragraph is almost verbatim of what they use to meet people, for example, on Facebook. And it says, please accept my deepest heartfelt apology for rudely invading your privacy. I was going through my feeds when I came across your captivating profile. Then I became so anxious to send you a request, but to no avail. Please kindly accept or click on my profile to send me a request. Thank you. Peace be unto you and your family. Amen. This is almost verbatim on other people's website, Facebook pages, trying to get people to accept them as a friend. So be leery of this paragraph. If you want to take a screenshot, I've seen it maybe 5 times. This seems to be a popular one right here. And you need to be aware of this. Anyhow, let me go ahead, stop sharing on that. And now I will share again the next page that I want to show you a list of things that I've come up with. Oh, here. This is a doozy. Let me share it. I am going to show you. I want to get rid of that. Move this. This guy. Now, this is not his real picture. I'm 99.9% sure of it. This guy has been catfished. They're using his face. God only knows what his name is. Now, I have talked about using the Investigate free app. Let me show that to you, what it looks like. Well, let me go back. Okay. It looks like, you probably can't see it. No, it's Investigate. It's too small. Oh, I meant to do this. Investigate. I have 2 of them on here, but It's the lighter one, and it's called Investigate, and it has a magnifying glass with a camera inside it. No, it's called Image Search. Scratch all that. Image Search. A magnifying glass with a camera in it. It's a free app. You can click on it, and I use the camera. Okay, click on camera. You take a picture. Let me see if I can get this to work while I'm online here. And then I took the picture and I say use photo, and then I hit search, and there has 4 different databases that they search the picture. It always gives you a little advertisement, so we'll wait for that. Skip video, skip that. It will search Google, Bing, Yandex, and TinEye. And as you can see, it shows up a bunch of different faces that it thinks. The best luck I've had is not from Google. I go through Bing, because there's a picture of the scammer up on top, and it tries to match it up. The best results seem to come from Yandex. And you can see it goes through billions of pictures. And you can see what I have been able to do is find that picture. Sometimes it's the exact same shirt that they're wearing, and it's a different identity, different name, from a different place, doing a different job. And then they've added another one more recently, a database. Now this one says 0 searches. Yandex really is the best one. So you could see right away if someone's a scammer. And when I get these requests, when I have time, I check it out and then I block them. But like I said, I was interested to see if I could string this guy along. How far would he go? And hopefully you can see my screen. So let me get to the beginning here. And this guy is saying, starts out with, how's your day going? Usually they'll say hello, hey. I don't answer to hey, hi, something, hello, beautiful, hello, darling, something like that, right? They're trying to catch your attention. Well, I haven't met a guy here locally that talks like that. Hello, darling, hello, beautiful, unless they're a sleazeball, and I don't go to bars, so maybe they still do now, I don't know, but in my day they weren't. And then it's saying, looking for people who as positive as you are, fine. Then he says, I'm really curious about your life. What's something you're passionate about or something that has shaped who you are today? I'm highlighting these questions because I want you to see they're always asking questions. They're trying to get you to talk. They want to become they're desperate to become your best friend. And so I suspected something. It's out of order, but he tried to call me and it didn't go through. And a lot of times it doesn't go through when they're out of area. So I said, are you from the United States? And then he's right away goes, oh, I find our discussion so interesting. I'd love to hear more from you. How about we plan a time for a more relaxed chat? Like, right. We haven't had any interesting discussions, first of all, as it's like he's using canned comments. These guys are all sitting in a room together, copying and pasting these canned comments, doesn't even apply. And I said, so I was being, blunt. I'm too busy to relax. If I can help you with my vitamins, minerals, let me know. Just straight to business, because that's what I'm doing on Facebook is promoting my business. And so then he's saying, blah, blah, blah. Do you have any recommendations or favorites? Well, my favorite doesn't matter. You first have to have a conversation with me so I can help you. And I have a health evaluation that I send to people, and they answer some questions and then we could talk about it. So my favorite doesn't matter, but he did not want to go the regular route. And so I'm saying, first, I need to know where you live and where you're from, what country, because I knew he was out of the area. So, and he can't speak. His sentences are incongruent. He can't spell. And he says, I'm from France, came to USA when I was 15. Well, by 15, you'd think you'd learn how to spell and put a decent sentence together. Can't spell because, but I have, he says, so am in New York now, but I have three house. Well, that should be plural. Can't spell because of my work. How about you? Very incoherent sentence. But the first time with the soldier scammer I got involved with, I made excuses for his spelling, made excuses for his awkward sentence phrase, which was much better than this guy. But I did notice there were some things. So I figured, oh, maybe he's in a hurry, whatever, right? My own kids will make mistakes too. Um, so I asked him, well, what makes you travel so much? So then here he is saying he's a graduate from Pennsylvania University, but he can't spell it. And then he says, after working 12 years in this company, I will be angel investors. That's so poorly stated and misspelled. And then he says, good morning, but he can't spell morning. I mean, if you just have to see through the lines here. And so I said, making money, are you ready to place your first order? I am not engaging in any kind of casual chat conversation. I'm just trying to see how long he'll stick with this. So a more normal guy would have given up on me. Sounds very exciting. I'm actually headed to LA. So you probably saw my profile, said I'm from LA. Let's discuss it further over coffee. What do you think? No, don't go out with strangers. Don't know anything about you. So blah, blah, blah. And then he's asking me more questions. What about you? What's something that brings a smile to your face? I've just said, I'm not going to go out with you. And I said, you're barking up the wrong tree, buddy. I'm not looking for a date. So he goes, got it. Got it. My bad. I'm here for a friendly chat if you ever need it, right? No, not interested. And he says, oh, I've been enjoying your updates. It made me wonder about the person behind those posts. What hobbies or interests that brings you joy? I'd love to know more about you. Again, incoherent. We're not having a friendly conversation. He's just trying to get me to talk. And I said, remember, you're barking up the wrong tree, buddy. I'm not looking for a date. I'm not looking for casual chats. You need to keep it moving on. You're not going to get anywhere here. I don't know what foreign country you're really from. You don't sound French, and it doesn't sound like you speak English very well. Can't be a college graduate. I pride myself on not speaking to scumbag money-grabbing scammers preying on innocent people here in the U.S. We are not your clients and refuse to be your victims. You would think that would turn him off, right? Oh, I apologize. Your trust is important to me. And I reply, your trust is not important to me. So he says, got it. I respect your wish now, right? Then he says, how is today? I like Sunday. Well, he can't spell Sunday. He still hasn't learned to spell the 7 days of the week, even though he's been here since he was 15. And I show you that just to show you how they're trying to get us to talk. That's all they care about. They don't care what you say. So you don't talk to them. It's just like you don't argue with the devil, right? We're not Jesus. Jesus knew to only talk the scripture. He gave him the scripture and that was it. He did not engage in casual conversation. Either Eve did, right? Eve tried to reason with the devil as he was trying to tempt her, and she lost. We do not talk to the devil. We do not talk to scammers. I only did this as an example. Now I have one more thing that I wanted to share. So let me find that. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have to call it up first. I have a list of things that I've noted. There it is. Let me close that one out. Sorry for the delay here. Let me hit share my screen. And let me get to this page. I'm hoping this is helping. So let me get to my list. I'm preparing a speech, so that's why I have it written out. I'm a Toastmaster, and that's why I'm even doing this video. But these are signs to look for. You need to check their spelling, check their grammar, and these are dead giveaways. Speaking in broken English, don't give them any excuses. These are red flags to look for. Don't have clear connections. He tried to call, and I've had this another time on LinkedIn. She was trying to pose as someone in marketing, wanted to help me, so I agreed to call, but she couldn't make the call. She is from Nigeria. They're probably overseas when the connection is so bad. And they always ask if they could connect with you on WhatsApp, Google Connect, because that's easier for them when they're overseas. You want to be careful of that. You have to ask yourself, do you really want someone who's overseas? Like this guy was trying to impress me, saying, oh, he travels a lot. He's got 3 homes. Well, what do I want with someone who's that busy, right? That was a first red flag and a turnoff. It's easy, really, when you think about it. You can spot them on their Facebook page or whatever site they're on. They're only going to have a few pictures. They're not going to have communication with other people. Some of them I have seen actually had several pictures, but it's usually only just of them in different places. So that's a dead giveaway. Don't you have any friends, right? Their bio is usually blank. They don't have a work history. They have no family. A lot of them, they're saying, oh, they're widowed or single or something. No kids. That's a common one. So there's no family. So that's why they don't have any pictures. I showed the Facebook canned comment. They always ask you to right away to get off of that site. And that's what this guy did too. He wanted me to get off site and call me. I don't do that. You want to stay in the system. Facebook keeps flagging this guy like, do you know him? Do you know him? Yes or no? Well, I haven't answered it because I was using him for a demonstration. But they always want you to get off site. You're better off, if you're not sure, stay on the site, because the site will somewhat protect you with some red flags. They're kicking people off as fast as they can, even though they're doing a very dismal job. At least something is there trying to back you up. So never give your phone number. In fact, while I'm right here, if you're going to be talking to somebody, you need to do a video chat so you can see who it is you're talking to. And then there's no question. And if you feel good about it, fine. But the problem that most of these scammers are doing is catfishing, using someone's picture and refusing to get on the phone. When they start asking you questions, you need to turn it around. Don't answer their questions. If you're going to speak to them, and start asking them a list of questions. If you weren't sure, you want more information, you turn it around and you be in control of the conversation and you ask the questions. Don't answer their questions. You don't owe them anything. When they ask me where I'm from, I'll say the United States. Sometimes I'll give the state. You can quickly figure out that they're fake. I already showed you the Investigate app. Sometimes nothing shows up, like this picture here. I thought, okay, nothing showed up. I had my suspicions. I let him be a friend because I found out sometimes they're just finding new people. These are new pictures that haven't been misused anywhere. Anyhow, I noticed that they like to be in the control of the conversation. They're always asking questions. Don't answer. Flip it on them. Ask them questions, unless you just want to get rid of them right away. They're going to show their true colors. They're going to show they can't speak, they can't spell, their sentences are all mumble jumbo, and so don't give them any information. If they say are Christians, quiz them. Quiz them about the Bible. See how well they know their Bible. Sometimes they still know it. Don't let that fool you. The devil knows the Bible better than any of us. So don't be swayed just because they know the Bible. Okay. I think it's best to go back to the old school way of meeting people. Be active in your local communities. If you're a couch potato and you're complaining that you're lonely, well, Prince Charming just doesn't come around knocking on the door very often. You're going to have to get out, join a group, join a club, and meet people. Find something that you love to do. You love bike riding, join a bike riding club. You love to knit, join a knitting club. I joined Toastmasters and for a lot of reasons, but I found that that was a great place to meet people. And most of my friends are Toastmasters. Find a passion, a group, something you love to do, and then go do it, and you will meet people. Let me see. Online Nigerian video calls their victims' clients. I already told you about that. How they don't feel bad lying to us because we're clients. It's just business. What's the problem here? You got money. You're a rich American. No, we're not playing that game. They go after depressed, the lonely, the widowed. Okay. If you're single, got to keep your guards up. Be extra careful, extra cautious. I was just selling some vitamins to a friend of mine's sister who lives out of state. And my friend told me, I'm going to tell her to call you. And she did the health evaluation. So I'm like, okay. So I call her up, but she wasn't expecting me to call. She ran me through the ringer. Well, how do you know my sister? And where do you live? And she started asking me all these questions till I finally satisfied her. And she goes, oh, so you're the real thing. I'm like, yeah. She goes, I have to be so careful. She's living alone, a senior. So I'm like, wow, I was so impressed. Good for you. I mean, we all need to be on guard. If some stranger is calling you, you better quiz them right back. Okay. And what they're talking about, I just saw this video. They were talking about how do these scammers make it work? Well, it's like a network. They've got the bankers involved. They've got the government officials paying them off. And, there's so much corruption as we're seeing today on every branch and level of government, it seems like. So don't be swayed just because they have money. How did they get the money? We really have to be careful. I think that's basically what I wanted to say, is that my heart is broken for so many of us who have gone through meeting these scammers, and we're going to get them out of business. And the way we do it is by talking, sharing, put your embarrassment to the side. All right. Everyone makes mistakes. We need to come out open, talk about it, because people are just embarrassed, and that's what keeps them going. Everyone's too embarrassed to admit they were taken for a fool. All right, I was taken for a fool for a few weeks. Others have lasted much longer. Others actually lost money. I had my self-respect, in the tank for a month. Okay, I'm over it. But now, when so many viewers, over 70,000 people, goes to show we're not alone in this. And it takes all of us talking to our friends and family and say, I heard that this is going on, and bring it up. And then we're going to shut them down. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching my video. I'm not looking to make more videos on this subject. I'm hoping this will be enough. And actually, if I could just plug my own business for a moment, on my YouTube channel, I have videos on plant-derived, colloidal, organic vitamins and minerals. They're top-notch, and I invite you to check out my videos if you're looking for a healthy alternative and a good, solid choice. If you have any questions, reach out to me on that. And I just want to wish everyone a happy new year. Let's make 2024 our best year ever. And I should have stopped sharing a long time ago. I'm still a newbie at all this, but thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this. and let's go out and help everybody else. God bless. We can get through this. We can get past this. We don't have to let anybody we know get scammed ever again if we're all together speaking up about it. Bye-bye.